Hello, everybody. My name is Boyce Velazquez, and I just got done watching the 2015 NBA draft. And I tell you, just watching those guys, they have amazing talent, and I wish all of them the best. But it had me reminiscing when I was a little kid playing sports, more so in particular basketball and football, and just thinking back in terms of the attention that a lot of us got from our friends, family, as well as fellow students and the school staff, especially if you were a good player. Got a lot of encouragement and congratulations, commitment, well job done. There was a lot of support group for athleticism. And just fast forwarding a little bit, it made me think that, wow, if our community, our society can get really excited about sports, somebody's athletic ability, especially when it comes to basketball and football, then one of the first thing that comes to mind is money, making millions, becoming rich. And for a lot of young kids, that type of support environment can be a negative to a certain degree. Because for a lot of kids, they think that, wow, when it comes to my academics, I don't get that type of support to improve or do better. I don't get that spotlight. But when I play sports, especially if I'm good at it, I get an enormous amount of attention, praise. And to me, that's an issue. And that's something that us parents, family members, friends, even those within a school setting that we really need to think about in terms of how we actually support our youth. And I'm a big believer, a proponent in being well-rounded. So one thought is, instead of just us, from a society standpoint, just only heavily praising somebody because of their athletic ability, why don't we become more well-rounded in terms of how we support each other, our youth, more so specifically, so that they know that they'll get the needed support to continue playing a sport or sports if they're playing in more than one type of sports, as well as from the academic standpoint. Because then that balances things out. They know that they get the love and attention that they need, not only when it comes to sports, but also in terms of acquiring and increasing their knowledge, which is key in this world. Regardless of how good you are with your athletic ability, whatever sport you play, and let's just take it to another level. Let's say that you're so good that you make it to the pros. So no matter how good you are and you make it to the pros, all of that effort and labor that you put into showcasing your skills so you can earn a paycheck, and a lot of them make a lot of money. So that's not nothing to debate. So you have that ability to make the money, but do you have the ability to properly manage your money? And that's been an issue, an ongoing issue for some decades. Even more recently, as as of recent, you have these pro athletes making a lot more money these days than what athletes made in the past. So it's even more heightened that you have these young guys or these young athletes who maybe only finished a year of college. So they are still very immature when it comes to understanding what it really means to properly managing your life. And it's more than just getting on the field or on the court and winning. It takes that, but like I said earlier, it's a balancing act. So you go out there and you make your money. You do that good. Check. Now, once you get that money, you have to have the capability to manage it properly so you can make it grow. You start thinking long term. So you have to allocate it out properly. And what I mean by allocate your money out properly, first, you have to pay yourself. That's the first person you pay. Now, if you're religious, Christian, of course, you pay your tithes. So you set money off to the side for your tithes. But excluding God, the first person you pay is yourself. And you do that by investing in yourself financially. So you set up whatever investments that need to be set up so that when it comes to that day where you do retire from playing pro sports, you have a nest egg that is enough for you to live off of, to the point where you don't ever have to work again if you decide not to work again. And that's the problem with a lot of these pro athletes. There are stats out there that say that after a pro athlete retires, maybe 4 to 5 years after that person retires, that they end up broke. That's a major issue. So this is my duty to highlight this issue so that for those of you who have family members and friends who did enter the NBA draft and did get picked, or even those who are very good at a particular sport to the point where they can go off to college or make good money becoming a pro if they continue at that craft, not only do you continue supporting that athletic ability, but you also support the necessity for them to acquire the knowledge so that they can manage that money properly. Let's make it a balancing act, y'all. So keep that in mind. So this is Boyce Velazquez, and talk to you later. Thanks for listening.